only say that when you're home. Alright, we rolling? On the mic? Alright. So I'm syncing audio. 1, 2, 3. So now you can sync up the edit.
Makes it better easy.
Yep. Alright,
so
give me the intro.
Alright,
it's the first one, so you gotta give the
first
intro.
podcast ever. I'd assume I want to call it I don't even know what to call it right now because me and him been working on different stuff, editing different stuff. Right now I just call it the Do America Podcast. I don't know if you want to call it Ride and Lake G and Ride, like later on if we ever happen.
Right now it's just you right
Right,
here.
okay, so
yours.
right now probably gonna be called the Do America Podcast. Just for my clothing line right now, just talk about just different stuff in the culture that I'm thinking about, fashion, clothes, music, just anything that really comes to mind so I can connect to y'all, talk to y'all, just see how everything's going. I mean, it's just another way for me to connect to y'all, another way for me to bring content out to y'all that you may or may not like or may not want to read, may or may not see. But either way, I'm gonna put this out. So
Yeah. Well, what's up? I'm Link. Link Dog, Link G, Langston Gardner, Langston G, whatever you want to go by. And I do this little thing.
He's
a
rapper, singer. He's really good. I'll probably link him down below because he's a homie. He has more followers than me, obviously. That's what I mean.
Hey, right. But it's gonna be consensual. This man finna get there. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Jacob.
Yep. That's Jacob. Look, tell him about your thing.
I'm creating a show.
Right. So what is that show? Like, what's that coincide? What's that fall under?
I don't know.
What you mean? Like, is it? What kind of show is it?
Superhero show.
Oh, superhero show. Well, yeah, we'll talk more about this superhero show later. But
Static Shock.
Static Shock. That was my stuff.
Static Shock. But I mainly just came out here to talk about the different stuff that I've made, what's coming up. I want to do a photo shoot coming probably near the end of the month. Make a quick video, make a good video for y'all, quality video. So y'all can see what I do. I guess just different stuff that I want to highlight for you. This month's collections. Yeah. He's doing nice to look.
So are we looking at the camera or each other?
Either way, I mean,
yes.
Did you just
It's
talk?
a podcast.
You just talk, do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
So this it's releasing today between like the times around 8 and 10. Because since I'm doing this, I'm not sure how my time's gonna work. But I'm making a collection today. I'm releasing it because I make a new one every week. You already know what happens. It's not stopping anytime soon.
Ain't stopping.
Because this editing stuff really keeps me going and all of this stuff. But this week it's called the Fourth Wall Collection. It's mainly like a reference to like, I guess comic books and like screens and stuff like. Whenever you're right. Whenever
That's
like
perfect.
You're right. Whenever you like, but whenever like.
Right, my bad.
But like whenever you have different stuff like that's like I've seen like Deadpool, different comics that you see on like on TV and stuff. They break the fourth wall, which is basically them breaking the middleman, which is the screen, and connecting directly. A lot of the stuff that I have on this time, it's not gonna be like as deep or has such a like deep conveying message as some of the other stuff I've made. But it's mainly gonna be like fun stuff and creative stuff that I really like. I like the coloring on a lot of the stuff that's coming out this week. And I really just want y'all to see it and see if y'all do it and like it and just give me feedback on what y'all think.
So it's like the collection's called Break the Fourth Wall?
It's called Fourth Wall. It's called Fourth Wall.
So it's like breaking the fourth wall.
Kind
So
of,
like,
yes, kind of not.
that's tight.
It's just about different stuff that's like around that. So like I have different stuff that's like I have a Pink Panther shirt that I made. And I put that there because it's like the Pink Panther like he was just doing goofy stuff the entire time, was looking at the screen, looking on and off screen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making another one that's that's basically about goofy Japanese TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one that has Tom and Jerry on a TV screen, and on the back it's gonna be like it's talking about like I think on the back I was gonna say hurry up bro, show's about to come on, like on the back. Right, yeah, so I'm saying like that's like everything that's wrapped around like you watching TV as a kid or you watching a TV screen as a kid.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, and different like comic connections that came, and like different stuff that I had to do to make for my trailer videos that I'm doing this week. Or I looked at a lot of older cartoons like Teen Titans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I also am doing a connection to like Boomerang, which is like the older, like when it used to show up the throwbacks and stuff.
God,
Yeah,
Boomerang
bro,
was,
Boomerang was
bro,
fun.
if you make a Boomerang collection,
Bro,
bro, I'll pour in.
just
Bro,
off
that's
those-
like a whole
it wouldn't
Boomerang
be
catalog.
Bro, it wouldn't be hard. I probably do that later on.
Bro, Boomerang. You ever used to watch Boomerang?
But it had like Chowder, Teen Titans,
I'm talking about
Camp Lazlo,
before Johnny Bravo.
Fosters. Oh, you talking about? Oh,
I'm
you're
talking about them old, like, what was the one with the real Richie Rich?
Oh, Richie Rich, yeah.
Richie Rich and
Jetsons.
Jetsons and Flintstones.
I don't know if Samurai Jack is that old.
Nah, Samurai Jack was my stuff though. He was hard. Samurai Jack was black. I don't want to hear it.
Bro, what?
He was hard, bro. You hear his voice?
I know he's hard, but
You hear his voice though.
yes, I hear his voice.
Talk like this or something like that. He didn't talk. He barely talked, but when he did, it was like Kratos.
Got that action like Marshawn Lynch.
Got that action, bro.
Type stuff.
But like, remember, we were just talking about it. He was just talking about. He said he got a Boomerang subscription for things, and he got the Boomerang subscription, and then he watched Tom and Jerry, and he was like, "Dang, I did not realize that Tom and Jerry was hard." I'm like, "Yeah, it was hard. That's like the father of all cartoons,
Bro, yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Tom and Jerry was hard.
Like
You know what I'm
a
saying?
lot of those older shows, cartoons now try to like bounce their commercials, like or bounce a lot of their content off of stuff like that. Like now, cartoons aren't nearly as good as they used to be when we were kids. Like,
no.
like it's because they aren't creating new content and they're basically just like taking what was made then. So from like that time to like when we were like to like 12 is pretty much like I think like the golden age of them making content and bouncing off each other properly. And now it's just like certain parody and stuff that isn't proper.
Now I think it's money. It's money.
Yeah.
It used to be content creators used to create content to create content.
Now
And
it's
that's
just
creatives.
yeah.
Now it's more of like, oh, this is the norm. This is the norm. Oh, this is what's socially accepted. Oh, this is what everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
That's what everybody. Which is the same thing with everything. Same thing with clothing. Same thing with music. Same thing with everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But
Yeah, that is very true. They make stuff in order to pander to like certain demographics. But like for me, I make what I make, bro. Like I'm not about to just sit here and listen to what some random person like tells me to make because I don't know how that affects everyone else. One person's opinion doesn't always like necessarily take for the bunch, but like whenever I make stuff, like I make it because I like it. Like I'm never gonna make anything that I think is like whack, bro. Like if I release something that I thought was whack, like I wouldn't even put it out because I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Like you're
Yeah.
goofy, like nigga, you're
if you don't
goofy.
feel right about it, it's like
Yeah, like you.
well, I
don't-
mean, I guess they'll like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to, like, if I did that, I would put myself in a position to where I feel compromised, and later on I'd be like, why did I do that?
Exactly.
Because they know, because if I put that out, they're like, they know I'm not being genuine to who I am and all that other stuff. Like, the stuff, what I saw, like, a long time ago, like, really hit me hard. It's like, what's real will prosper. If I feel a real emotion and have a real idea in a certain instance, I write it down immediately on my phone, and I put that whole out, and I'm like, all right, babe.
Yeah.
If somebody said make this, and I'm like, I mean that seems like if it's a genuinely cool idea, like I definitely consider it. But if it's something that I'm not sure about, like I'm not about to just sit there and like put hours of my time into something that I don't think is gonna like come out hard.
Yeah, then it's just slavery. At that point.
I mean, yeah, bro. Like a lot of people just say and just listen to what like their following might say. That's not what you feel in your heart, and eventually they're gonna understand that that's not what you feel, and they're eventually not gonna feel you.
Right.
Like, cause people initially like react off of energy, off the energy that you put out.
Yep.
And if your energy is reciprocal, like, okay, people, whenever you like release a song, for example,
Yeah.
then people feed off your energy,
Yeah.
and it's because they feed off your energy because it's different than theirs, and they want to reach out to it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you and that person, if you do what they just want you to do or whatever it is, and both of your frequencies are the same and they're not on the same page, then they're not gonna come to it as much because like, I just want to release the same thing. And, oh, he's not reinventing himself. Like Tyler Creator to me, one of the best artists ever because he's constantly recreating how he's putting himself out in the industry. Like he may still be a goofy dude, he may still, but like the way he's reinventing himself in certain spaces is crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's when artistry goes way deeper than just music because like That's why you know who my favorite rapper is. Yeah, everybody knows who my favorite rapper is. Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy levels he can produce, bro. He can produce. If you have grief, sadness, he's got songs for that. You got story. If you want a story, you got songs for that. If you want to feel happy, get live, feel excited, feel inspired. You got you got King Kunta.
You got
know
6, 7, and 8 on the top of my master tape.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's an emotion you create. Yep. It's an emotion you create, bro. And that's why, like, with a lot of the new songs, like it's losing substance, which is okay. It's to listen to a beat, but it's like it ain't gonna last.
It depends on who you're talking about. I took that like initially, like whenever I was first listening to rap music, like I was like, I don't like that moment stuff.
I mean, I didn't say I don't like it. Like I'll be rocking some of it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just like there's a certain point, there's a certain line of music when you go to that next step. You know what I'm saying?
I think it just depends on me because like whenever I was listening to music earlier, and I got into certain people like Warhol, Cardi,
yeah,
and whole people like the way at first I viewed it how you viewed it. I was kind of loud, blah blah.
Yeah.
But like if I listen back to Playboy Cardi's tape, it brings emotions back from that time period. It just depends. Like some people I just don't like because they constantly release stuff and it's like, bro, it's the same thing. Like go something like that. But Cardi doesn't release very frequently, and when he does, it's his own energy. Like he's not. I saw an interview for Cardi. He was like, Uzi said, I have to force him to listen to other people's music. He stays in his own world. So if like I'm speaking specifically for him. If he releases an album like that's about his emotions at that time, you can feel it. Like the generation before our parents' generation, adults were listening to scat music.
Yeah.
And that's just a beat, or not a beat, but instruments, and then another dimension over it with their voice.
Mm-hmm.
If Cardi is the same way, but it's just a beat and him doing him, then it can last. It just depends on who it is. Because if it's not pure, and if it's not their energy in that moment that you can feel later on, then it's not gonna last. That's how I feel. Yeah, it just depends though. And whenever I try to explain it to older people, like they just don't want to listen. But some people know I'm correct, bro. Like it just depends. Like some people may not view it like that. If you talk to an older person, you have to really break it down for them so they can really take you seriously. Because you know old people want to believe that their era is the greatest, blah blah. But like when you really listen and you really see like how music is the
depends. Like you just gotta put it. It just depends, like the energy that you put out.
Right, definitely.
You can definitely make a song and not put out any energy at all.
Yeah.
Like, you can just make a song with just words and then be a hot beat.
Yeah.
But you can also have it. Like I know Cardi, he has an energy for it. You know what I'm saying? It just depends.
I can listen to Magnolia it could be 20 years from now. And I can listen to Magnolia and be like, oh yeah, I remember when I was in high school going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just depends.
Basketball locker room.
Yes. Yeah, it just depends.
That was funny. We used to always, in the basketball locker room, Rodney used to always be dancing in circles. It was just funny because he'd be hitting it, but he's so big.
Bro! Y'all goof on me for that though.
That'd be funny, bro. But yeah.
Y'all goof on me for that though. Because I'm a bigger dude, but like, I can move because I've been dancing so younger. Like I've been dancing like with my dad and stuff. He used to teach me how to dance.
Yep.
But so how have you been doing, Jacob? That's good.
So like, y'all don't know, we finna be singers in high school, and
I don't sing. I read a verse or two for somebody.
I said seniors. I said singers.
I said singer. I was like,
no, I said we finna be seniors in high school.
I was like, bro, what?
Nah. So we're about to be seniors in high school, and we're gonna go out there in that real world. Y'all ready?
I think that I'm preparing by doing stuff like this and trying and push stuff out and talk to people and never
surround yourself. That's funny. We were listening. What we listened to last night with Kendrick. Cut You Off. We were listening to Cut You Off. Yeah. I'm trying to learn something new. I'm trying to surround myself by people that inspire me, or at least inspire simple desires to get to the TOP. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
That's real.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you surround yourself around people that are just gonna be negative, and just say, oh, I don't like what he went, I don't like what she done. Oh, she just such a ooh, ooh, ooh.
It's beyond
It's
that,
like-
just not even being productive.
It's
Like,
gonna either let you stay, or it's just gonna bring you down.
Yeah.
It's not gonna help you in your mission, your journey at all.
it's
But if you surround people like us, like we're gonna help each other.
Facts.
And it's just not, it's not even like a physical helping, like, oh, I'm gonna help you do this, I'm gonna help you make a video, I'm gonna help you draw this. It ain't that, just that. It's a more than that. It's an energy thing, you know what I'm saying?
My dad, I think that's one of the smartest things my dad has ever told me. He said that, I think he saw it off a video. It was talking about how you have an internal thermometer.
Yeah.
And who you surround, like if you surround yourself with people that are 150s and you're at a 75, you're gonna be elevated to a 150.
Yeah.
And then when you back with people that are 20, you're gonna go right back down to that.
That's smart.
So you have for this summer, like a lot of this summer, like I've been either by myself just doing my editing stuff, or with you, or maybe every once in a while hanging out. Like this summer's been a real like it's been a real mental development summer. Like I was like, oh, this summer's gonna be a movie, blah blah blah. But like, but the thing is that like,
It's gonna be a movie.
bro, the thing like, but what I didn't understand is that either the movie can happen now or it can happen later.
Yeah.
Like either you can put the groundwork in now and you can live the movie for the rest of your life, or you can live the movie right now and later on you ain't got no foundation.
What
there.
kind of movie you want?
Yeah, right. That whole
You
gonna
want-
evolve later. Like,
Actually, you want a movie or a TV show?
right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
You want a movie? You want a TV show with seasons?
yeah, you want seasons?
Or you just want a movie?
Yeah, you want a movie? You want
That's right
seasons?
now.
You want a movie? You want seasons with a Netflix special? Bro.
Yeah, on a Netflix special. And a talk show and all of that. You want
Yes,
that?
that's what I'm
You want
saying.
special guests on your TV show?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You want some seasons, or you just want a short movie right now?
It depends on the groundwork you put in.
Yeah.
And like I just want to say this to a lot of people that like, I'm not saying I'm like the best creator or whatever. I just know that I just know that all the energy I put out is genuine.
Yeah.
Is that if like I remember my dad was telling me that, and I was like, wow, what am I supposed to do? I'm a kid. And I'm like, after during the summer, and I was like, I'm about to be a kid for about a year and a half, maybe tops.
Yeah.
And it's out there, so like you gotta shape up quick.
Shape
So
up.
either I'm gonna be on my lonesome and I'm gonna do me, I'm gonna be around other people and I'm gonna be in their BS, shifting in and out, not actually focusing on what I gotta do.
And that's why youth is so important.
Yeah.
Because it's like you got a lot of power right now, but once you like go out into that adult field, there's thousands of other people just like you trying to do what you trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It makes it a lot harder. It's still not impossible, but it's a lot harder. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to craft your stuff now. Utilize your resources.
Getting all the kids good.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I just don't. That's what I was telling Jacob yesterday. I don't understand how people aren't appreciative of not just time, but just appreciative of having a roof over their head, having a family feeding them and feeding them money, feeding them all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they utilize all these resources and time and in the worst way possible. You know what I'm saying? Like I take my support system that I have here in this city and my family. I take that as the number one thing to me. I appreciate that so much. I have a great support system. My family supports me. They gonna buy my merch. They gonna follow me. They gonna put me out on their social media accounts. My family's gonna grind on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna flip that. I'm not gonna take that for granted. I'm not gonna take that for granted. Any resources I get, I'm not gonna take it for granted. Because I know. Because guess what? Once I go out, it's just gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, and then you're gonna take it. You're gonna think back. You're like, dang, these kids ain't gonna think back like, whoa, I was out doing all of this and all of this. I could have spent my time using what I had. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing about that is most people aren't aware of what they want to do. Most people they don't have gratitude for the situation they're in, and most people aren't able to separate themselves from where they are currently to look that far ahead.
Exactly.
They think that it's like a certain breed of people that literally take themselves out of their current situation. Like, okay, 5-10 years, what's up, bro? Like, either you go to college and you do you, or you do your creative thing and you go to college and that leads to something else, or whatever the case may be. Most people don't think like that. They're like, man, I'm just gonna be partying, living my life, chilling, having fun.
Yeah, and that's completely their fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like
100%.
But
I should have did this. How many times do you see
adults
adults say I could have been? How many could have been, or I should have been, or I would have been?
actual facts, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Adulthood is regret central.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't like fight for opportunities, or they weren't wise enough, or weren't intelligent enough to see them, or both. It just depends. But like, I just think that like me, you, and Jacob, like, we're aware of it.
Yeah.
So if an opportunity comes, like, you're jumping on that, and you're going 100%.
Right.
And if there's anything, and you're already ready regardless, because you've been putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you haven't been putting in work, then you know, oh, shoot, you need to get on my stuff. We put some more work in this different field so I can get better here. Or maybe this necessarily doesn't like affect me directly, but this leads to this, which is gonna affect me directly.
Exactly.
So like, we're aware that there are a lot of opportunities are web. So this, like, there's this, but there's also several different things that can happen that correlate into it and make you a better, whether it be editor, person, ability to talk to other people and network, which all tie in to what you want to be later on. You know?
Jumping back to what you said on, like, who was throwing out, are we ready right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's similar because I went to Kirk Franklin's Camp Lotus recently this summer. And in Kirk, what he stressed was, you know, you can always say, I'm gonna be this, or I wanna be that, or I'm gonna be a star. And this is in aspects of arts, but this falls under everything. I'm gonna be a star, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna do this. But, you know, opportunity in that industry, opportunity that doesn't just come like that, you know? Some people be working forever just to get a chance for somebody to hear them, you know what I'm saying? So if Def Jam came to me right now and said, so you want to be a rapper, you want to be a singer? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be like, first of all, he gonna say, okay, let me hear you. So then, you know, you might have a talent, so, you know, you might be able to sing, you know, whatever, do your thing. Then you're gonna say, okay, let me see your bodies of work. You say, what you been doing to get there? What's this? You say, you're telling me all of this, but what have you done to get there? Because like there's a lot of people with talents. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people out there that could have been a Michael Jackson, or could have been a Prince, who could sing like that, who could dance like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the similarity between all those people. Prince, Mike, Chris Brown, they all were relentless. They had their stuff since children. Relentless. There's so many, in my family got some talented people. There's some talented guys. Dude, Anthony plays sax, piano, you know what I'm saying? Talented. They just didn't do what they were supposed to. You know, they didn't work. They didn't put in the work. They didn't have the ethic, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is, bro. And right now is we're in a very pivotal moment in our lives. Before we were even more pivotal because, you know, we had the opportunity to really see where we can go. We had so many career options we can look at. We can pick and choose. We had an opportunity. Right now we're at a pivotal moment because this is where we're like, okay, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Because like right now, like when we graduate, throw the hats up. All right.
Where you going, my man?
Where you going, bro?
What you doing?
What you gonna do? I think. Nah, ain't no I think.
Ain't no I think. Bro.
You had years to think. You know what I'm saying? And it's not as much as it's not a rush, but you had forever. You know what I'm saying? It really takes a day. You can really take a day to clear your mind and think and really think.
That's true, bro.
It really takes a day.
Those times where you sit back and just think.
Sit back and just think.
And think about all the different stuff that happens. Like that is some of the best time ever.
Exactly.
To sit there and map out your life for real.
Yeah.
Up here and on paper later on. Like when you put everything away and just sit down and just listen to your own head, it like you're really feeding your subconscious like you're feeding your subconscious based off of like it's hard to explain. Like, you're feeding it because you're bringing yourself back into it. You're not constantly like
rehabilitated.
You're not focusing on the outer. You're focusing on the inner, and that allows you to.
You gotta let your brain rest and recuperate, bro. Especially if you're creative and you're working like us, like me. I be putting in work, bro. Like I write, then I go do shows, and then I go work with people, and then I go do this, and then I record a song, and then I go work with a producer, and then I work on Operation Blossom. Like my brain's constantly working. That will burn you out. It just will. You have to have, you gotta set out. Self-care is self-care. Let's talk about self-care. Self-care is one of the most important things to have if you're working at that level. Self-care, that's one of the things that they hit on the camp. Self-care is very, very, very important. People, there's women out there that be working, they work jobs, this, and then they die. You know what I'm saying? They
Because
burn you out.
they have so much stress on
They got so much stress, they working so much. Kenny said, one day it's gonna burn you out. Woo! One day it's gonna burn you out. You know, chasing money your whole life will burn you out. That's just the fact.
But if you take, if you're doing it for what you love, then it's hard to burn out. But you still need to take.
It will burn you out. You
It
need
will.
to take
You still
time.
need-
You have to. Self-care is very important, bro. You gotta set. You need to put in your routine. I think everybody should have a routine. I was like, Coach Merchant, when you was talking about that, that's probably the best, the best, you know, out of the all the coaches' little discussions or whatever. Coach Merchant is the one that really hit me the heart, because like having a routine and having a schedule is so important. Because like you just know just from working out that I hit chest Mondays, I hit buys and back Tuesday or whatever. That's a routine. So like that just helps you. That just helps you as a person. You're like, okay, so I do this. I'm not only taking care of yourself, but you're like, okay, this is my certain time. I need to go to sleep here. I need to eat this time.
You get so much.
You get so much
You
done.
get so much done. I remember that freshman year. Whenever I went from like when I was like normal size, and then I got a lot bigger. Bro, how are you? Okay, and I got a lot bigger because literally every day I was on that regimen eating plan. I'm still on it pretty much, but I'm a little bit off. That year and a half was like this. Cook food here, eat food there.
Yeah.
Work out 5:30 in the morning. This, that, like every single day on time, right here. And and the thing is that like if anything like went wrong like in the schedule of the week, you'd be like, well, it's okay because you're gonna have like 7 months of. So I mean, if you fall off every once in a while, not on a consistent basis because that's just dumb, but every once in a while, then you will definitely see a lot of progress.
Yeah.
People will see what you do,
Yeah.
whether it be lifting, your art, my
Yeah.
art, just anything.
Yep.
If you have a portfolio and you can lead back, you can definitely see progression from when you first started. Like me, it used to take me forever to do designs. Like not like I started maybe like a year ago, and I've been doing it pretty consistently.
Yep.
Like really doing it. Like I used to like play around with it, but like really doing it like a year ago. Like staying up till like 11:30, and then I have to wake up early in the morning for football type stuff. And like people bother me talking about why are you editing so much? Because I like doing this. Like, but like when you have that like portfolio body of work, like you see like now like I finish designs like what 30 minutes, an hour tops.
You have a set of time like outside. It's just for you and you personally to.
I need to work on that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I need to work on that.
Because think about it, bro. If an artist was drawing pictures and he started drawing and he drew another one, then he drew another one, then he drew another one, it's gonna start to look sloppy. If I was to sing, if I were to sing,
Actually, if an artist is drawing, the more he draws, the more it's just like.
I know I'm not I'm talking about like if he had.
Oh, I sleep and relax.
I'm talking about if he had like paintings to do, and he had to do another painting, then taking your rest, then another painting, then taking another.
He's just talking about going.
Let's just go
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get after a while. He's gonna get tired. You know
Because
what I'm saying?
when
It's just what
you
it
go
is.
back to back to back, your brain is in the state of there's kind of it's kind of an
It's
issue.
like overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's like
Overworking.
it's a kind of an issue there, but I'm good.
And there's physical effects too. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, if I'm trying to write songs all day every day, then I go sing and lay down songs all day every day, it's gonna start to get sloppy.
And if you're
My
making,
delivery start to get sloppy.
and if you're making music like that, and you try to like create like push stuff out like that, and you're stressed out,
Mhm.
it's gonna bring stressed energy. And
Yep.
You're gonna be able to feel it,
Yep.
and you're not gonna like you know what I'm saying. Like with the same thing is that like energy reciprocates itself.
Mhm.
If that's happening, and you put out stuff like that, people will feel that you're having issues like that, and they won't gravitate. I don't think they gravitate to it as forward.
And for creatives, brain power is just so essential. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna have to this thing. You gotta give it. This is your money maker. You know, you gotta give it rest. You gotta let it recuperate. You gotta let it rehabilitate because that's what makes your work, bro. You need to set aside some time all of your day because that's what works it. Every day you need to set some time out, whether that is meditation, whether that is just relaxation or bath, candles lit, whatever it is, reading. You need to set time out to let this, relax. Definitely, you got to. You got to keep this. You have to keep this. You got to keep this in the prime condition. Because at the end of the day, we're humans. Our body's gonna wither. Our organs are gonna go bad on us eventually. And
energy and brain power.
Yeah, and creatives are crazy. We're crazy.
Energy and brain power.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it flowing. Gotta keep the energy flowing. So yeah, that's what I think. I just want to hit on that. Self-care is one of the most important things. Like a very, very, very important thing. Top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5 definitely. Because if you don't have self-care, that's when substance abuse comes.
That is very true.
That's when substance abuse.
I didn't even think about that.
That's when substance abuse comes. Like, oh, I'm so stressed. That's when substance abuse comes. That's when you let your emotions take over and you're not thinking. Your brain don't have the power to think, and you make irrational decisions. You might go out and say something to the press, to the public. You might end out your relationships with people just because you're always working. You turn cranky. It's just the way it is. You gotta set some time to yourself. Self-care is important. It'll turn you. Working will turn you. Straight up.
For real, like on another note, like for real, like I honestly believe like some people, my dad was asking like, why are you editing? Do you even like it? And I was like, yeah. And the reason I do edit and I like editing is because it helps me to take my mind off of certain things. Like I deal with a lot of stuff like pressure that I don't really feel like talking about because that's none of y'all business. But like like I can, like it was yesterday I was dealing with some stuff and I was able to sit down, listen to music and just edit and like block my mind off of anything like, and like later on, like after I finished, like 15 minutes later I was like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been hungry for like the past 2.5, 3 hours, but I've been on focus on this because it's something that I don't know what it is. It's just me being able to think of an idea and like finish the idea in a creative way, in a nice way, and just be able to give it, like send it out and see how somebody responds. Like I just really like that because I like to. I may not always seem like I do, but I like to communicate with people a lot. But it's just that I'm usually so guarded because most people don't communicate the same language. Hope they don't go over your head, or they just I don't know, they just
don't care.
Yeah, or don't care, or they're shallow, or they care about other things, or like, so I'm sometimes guarded when it comes to that. But like what I really crave is like conversation with people that may do or don't follow me, or like right now, people that do or don't follow me, give me feedback on my ideas. If you do or don't like it, that's perfectly fine. I just want to communicate with y'all and try to create a community with y'all through something through ideas that come up in my head. And that's really powerful. If I can sit there and create communication and dialogue with something that is beyond like the basic shallow standards that we live in, then you can really change your life, people's lives, because you're able to connect with them. And when you like communicate with them, the things that you create, the connection is way stronger than otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Way stronger. So it's like, that's why I like doing it. And that's why whenever people ask me, I look confused, because it's like, bro, like, you really don't, like what I'm saying, you really don't understand that this, and this leads to this, bro. Like, you really don't get that. And sometimes it's hard for me to always talk to people because they aren't always able to really take in all the different aspects of things in order to see how they connect. So like, stuff is really helping me relax and really helping me create ideas and really helping me connect with other people and anybody that shows me love, or shows me constructive criticism, I appreciate regardless. Because you're taking time out of your day to talk to me when you didn't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when some people say certain stuff about your album, like, hey bro, like you did your thing, bro. And you're like, bro, I appreciate that more than you know.
Yeah.
Because I really spent hours and hours and hours on this.
For sure.
And for all these hours and hours and hours, somebody could have just, let me just scroll past.
And even if somebody were like, hey, bro, I mean, you did the thing. I don't really like it personally, but, you know, I respect you as an artist. I still take that to heart because I know that I put in hours and hours, yet you still took the time to hear me out and see what I had.
Right, see what you had to say.
See what I had to say, see what I had to do. And, you know, you can tell me, hey, I saw you did your thing, you know,
Maybe.
but it's like you took the time out and I didn't waste my time.
Right,
So like, you heard it,
right.
which is important.
Very important.
Very important. Very important.
Yeah, I'm not putting anything out yet because I have to copyright it first.
Yeah.
Or my ideas will just get stolen. So.
Yeah.
How long do you think it's going to take you? You think
I
it's going to
don't
take you a
know.
minute?
Yeah, because I gotta learn how to draw first.
Let's get done.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time.
Yep. But he's been on his stuff. He's been grinding with it.
Man, that's crazy.
What we're talking about, it's kind of like, you see, like this comic, you see, for stuff like this, bro, you can't just be like at this stage, and be like, hey, I'm gonna do this. You're like, you can, but you know, there's a lot of stuff you gotta tie in. If I can't just, for him, we've been doing this idea for this comic, bro, since what? Since we were 12. We've had these characters, his main characters he has in it. We ain't gonna say them because, you know, we can, but we ain't
I'm
gonna
stealing, fool.
Yeah. But the characters, his main characters that he has in this comic, we came up with these when we were 11, bro. You know, he came up with this when we were 11. It's always Blue Jay Comics. He been have this. You know what I'm saying? He's been making stories. He's been having it. He's been having his books. He's been talk about it. He's had it forever. You know what I'm saying? It's just he's been working and everything is unfolding. It takes time, but it takes a grind. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't actually start actually working on it, trying to make it a show until recently.
Yes.
But I've been working on the ideas of everything since I was 12.
Like,
Yeah. So I've been working on the story and all that.
Character design and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like ideas.
I get a lot of I create characters from anything I see a cool music video. I'm like, oh, I can make a character kind of like that.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know we just be watching stuff, and he'll be like, that was tight. I can make a character out of that. I'm like, all right, bro.
Go ahead and make
we were
characters,
watching,
bro.
we were watching what's the dude's name? Chandler's Wildlife. We were watching Chandler's Wildlife. He was wrestling a 500-pound alligator or whatever. He was like, the alligator looked tight. So make a character out of that. You know, it's just creative.
Whatever comes to
And of course, it's maybe not all comes to life, but think about it. One of the most popular anime characters. I'm an anime watcher. We're all anime watchers. One of the most popular anime characters of all time.
You know the vibes.
One of the most popular anime characters of all time in Dragon Ball Z is Vegeta, right? That's one of the most popular Vegeta's one of the most popular anime characters of all time. You know, some people, he's a fan favorite, really. Some people like him better than Goku.
He's the people's champion because
He's the people's champ.
constantly gets slighted.
He constantly, he always gets beat first. Let me show you Kakarot. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But Vegeta is one of the most popular anime characters of all time. He was originally a 2-3 episode character.
I did not know that. Really?
He was originally a 2-3 episode character.
That's crazy.
It's all about adaptation. He was until he was like until he was like who's the creator of Dragon Ball again? Forgot his name.
Akira Toriyama.
Akira Toriyama. He's like, okay, well, we'll keep him. And what happened? What happened to Dragon Ball now if Vegeta was a 2-3 episode character?
Probably wouldn't have the same popularity because there's not a contrast.
Exactly.
Like Goku's like
That's
this
the greatest.
happy-go-lucky.
That's arguably the greatest rivalry in.
Because Goku's this happy-go-lucky dude that's always trying to test his limits,
Yeah.
and then Vegeta's just a dude that's trying to catch up, and then he's also pessimistic all the time.
Yeah.
So the contrast is really well. So I'm not. not gonna cap
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's all about adaptation. You know what I'm saying? And
especially like when you're like drawing and creating, it's energy, bro. You work off what the people want.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's not even that. It's like, I guess you just react to what they see.
yeah,
What
it's
they-
just you're creative. You work with it. You know what I'm saying? Like another prime example. Batman. Jason Todd.
Yeah.
There was a poll. If you didn't know this, there was a poll where he let the fans choose if they wanted Jason Todd to live or die. Well, the fans voted Jason Todd to die. So then they're like, well,
Did they make Nightwing after that?
no. Jason Todd. Nightwing was Dick Grayson.
Jason
Todd was he's the third Robin, right? Or the fourth? Third. Big. He's the second. Second Robin. I think Jason Todd's the second one. Well, they voted him to die. Joker, you know, you see the crowbar, that's one of the most iconic things ever. Death in the Family is one of the most iconic comic book stories of all time. And that one of the most successful and best storylines of all time, because he let the fans choose, brought Robin back under the Red Hood. Jason Todd brought the Red Hood, made one of the most popular characters of all time. One of the most popular vigilantes of all time, and one of the most popular storylines of all time, Under the Red Hood. And the movie, one of the most popular comic movies of all time. So it's all about adaptation, you know what I'm saying? He let the fans choose that, created a whole storyline. That's why us creatives, we have to keep an open heart. We can't be so closed-minded and closed off because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's hard because it's hard.
I struggle with that.
Yeah,
that's
for sure. For sure, I struggle.
Like
Yeah.
I'm mad
It's
open.
hard.
I'm mad open with some of my faults. Like I'm a person that like if I think of it, I immediately put it out, and it's like I'm not receiving enough feedback currently to even edit an idea. Like I know what I do that has to do with the people that do like and share my videos or like and buy stuff. It's like I send out stuff like, what do y'all want to see, like content wise?
Yeah.
I was like, because I'm like, it's a clothing brand, and I want to make stuff every day, like that's just around the content. So what do I do? Some dudes, I think Omar hit me up, and he was like, bro, like, you should make a breakdown of the piece, and I was like, yeah, I do that. I post like 2 or 3 of those a week. I post some of the process videos, like you posted.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes I'm not always like accepting of what certain people like.
Yeah.
When it's like about like literally creating, like sometimes I'm not really accepting. But when it's around the piece and it's around connecting around what it is, like I'm all for like, hey bro, definitely, let me go make that. I remember one time, what was it? I think Maxwell. Max. He was like, you should make some shit. Because I never made a pair of shorts yet, which is like a basic thing. It's not specific about the piece itself. It was not specific like creation. It's like, just make some shorts. And I was like, I bet. I made a couple shorts and I'm about to release them pretty soon. I remember that you were talking about women's collection. I was like, I'm on that right now. I already have IDs on my phone right now.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it just depends on the situation on how much I'm accepting of what somebody wants to do. Because I don't want to come out and make it seem like I'm just doing whatever somebody's telling me to do.
Yeah. That's also why you just gotta have a lot of content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be stuff personal to you. There's gonna be stuff to this demographic, That's when it's that powerful, when you got that much content. But all of it's gonna have the same basis, and that's, you know, what your company or what your thing is about. You know what I'm saying? Like, my music is always gonna, I'm not gonna say it's always gonna teach you something, but it's just always gonna have something in it that'll sit with you. No matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? Whether I have a song about a female, that I have a song about change, a story, or a song about this, it's gonna be something in it. It's gonna have a substance, and it's all gonna have a similar basis. You know what I'm saying? But like that's just that thing. It's just that brand. You know, that's the branding. Branding goes way farther than just, you know, how you look. Like Chance wears the 3 hat. That's, like, you know, that's a branding. That's physical branding.
Branding is,
but there's also content branding. You know, there's ad-libs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Branding is so powerful because it can, like, if you're in the loop on it, it immediately catches somebody's eye and they're like, oh, that's this person. It's like a direct association.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember I talked to some, like, or no, I talked to one of the editing friend that I have,
Yeah.
like the editing friend that I have, and he was like, dude, like your designs are okay. Like when I talked to him a couple of months ago, and he was like, or like a couple months ago, and he was like, you need to change the way you do certain stuff because it's some of it is cool, but it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like based off of each piece specifically.
Yep.
Like he said that you need to have 3 to 4 colors on it maximum because if there's too many colors on it, they're not able to associate certain stuff. The way you have your font, I only use one font on all my designs now, and they're still hard because I know because when they're able to see a certain thing like, oh, that's Dull Man, or oh, that's blah blah blah, so they can have a direct association from what it is. Like now, like some of the stuff that I had before is still up there, but now all my stuff is in a specific font. A lot of the ideas, that's what I'm making a collection every week and not every day, or not a shirt every day. I used to try to make a shirt every day. Now it's a collection of weeks, so the ideas are centralized.
Yeah.
So there's a specific thing is being put out at once. Like distribution and branding is really important. Like if I did a new shirt every day, someone would be like, oh, okay, cool, another shirt. That's cool, but what's behind it? What's the idea behind it? If I make something every week, which is a couple of pieces, and then I talk about the centralized idea behind it, there's something there's some meat behind it.
Yeah.
It's not just flat.
And that's the thing. That's the thing with that's very important with creatives because, going back to what I said, when we leave high school, we're about to go into a field where there's thousands of other people that's trying to do what we do. There's gonna be a lot of other people that's trying to start clothing brands, a whole bunch of people trying to be artists, a whole bunch of people trying to, make stories and do TV shows and comic books, right? But you have to, with branding, you have to figure out what is your thing, what is your personal thing that sets you apart from everybody else. What's something that you're like, oh, that's him. Like when you listen to Chance's songs, you're like, oh, that's a Chance the Rapper beat. I hear the saxophones in the back. I hear the jazz, the Chicago jazz. That's Chance. That's exclusive to Chance. It's Happy Uplifted. That's Chance. You hear what else?
You can definitely differentiate a mustard beat.
Exactly.
You can definitely differentiate.
You can differentiate, but there's something that sets it apart.
A Gold beat because it's more like house music, more like party music. You could definitely differentiate a talent to create. Well, no, because
you can. Because he got them wrists, and then but what's that thing that you have that sets you apart from everybody else? We got something. Because look, you can be talented, you can be so talented, you can be out of talent, but it's like, well, there's a lot of other of you know what I'm saying? I already got one of you.
But there's a reason why though. It's because people, when they see it, it's like, that's cool, but why am I trying to get behind this? I don't know. If you don't have a reason why you're trying to get behind something, people don't have a reason to get behind something, then they're very like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I'm trying to follow this dude if he doesn't even know where he's going.
Exactly.
Like,
and it helps you. Having the things that you apart helps you know where you're going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It keeps you disciplined as an artist. It keeps you disciplined. You got your own discipline. And it helps you stay true to yourself as an artist. Because staying true to your art, because of course, as you're an artist and you get to the next level, and you try to get to the next level, of course we're humans. We see that money, we're gonna be like, they're gonna say, hey, you can get more money if you do this. You can change this. Langston, if you rap about this or if you do this, you know what I'm saying? But it's like what's that video J. Cole has? The Disease of Amore? What is it called? On his, what he was talking about? What is it called? Something of Amore. Something of Amore. But that video that's on his YouTube, he talks about how, you get to a certain point where you realize that money is a difference between love and what's so much more you can get out of life than there is with money, you know what I'm saying? And when you have your thing that sets you apart and you stay disciplined to that, you're like, nah, this is my brand. I've been doing this since I was in 8th grade. This is what's got me here. I'm gonna stay loyal to that. I'm not gonna change. That's why I said Anthem, they put a price on my name. They don't want to give me a ticket into the game unless I change. But I'm not changing. I'm not rearranging not one single thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stick true to that. So like, you have your thing that sets you apart and it's getting you to where you need to go. Ain't no need to change it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's gonna be some improvements. But no, you don't. You just change rationally. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why when you have your thing that sets you apart, it helps you stay disciplined. Stay with that. You know what I mean?
Because the people that follow you will be able to tell the difference. Like,
Exactly.
they can tell when you sell out. Like, people can tell.
Oh yeah.
Because the shade room and all them people is gonna put you
They
on
gonna put you on blast.
They can tell when
you
you
on
sell out.
blast.
Like,
You're like,
they can
what
tell.
happened? What happened? Oh, he ain't the same one. Oh, he changed. Oh, he Hollywood now. You know what I'm saying? That's always the hard part, because it's always gonna money. But money, as you can tell, as people can tell, money ain't always a success story. Of course, money. I think only the biggest lie that you ever heard is money can't buy you happiness. That's a cap. I think that's a cap. Because look, I'm saying that's a cap. Because think about it. Money can buy you happiness, bro. That's a cap. That's a cap, teacher. Money can buy you happiness, bro. Because I'm not talking about it can buy you physical happiness. Think about it.
I think it can buy you temporary happiness.
Think about it, though. I want you to think about it. I want you to think about this. Think about this. Think about this. Think about this. Think about it. Hear me out. Now, you're broke. You know what I'm saying? Your mama been busting. Broke. She had 3 jobs.
Oh yeah, when you're in that situation,
she is that
you about
situation.
happy as hell when you get that.
No, but
job.
I'm not talking for you. Your number one goal, one of my number one goals is to give back to my family. That's my number one goal. That gives me happiness.
Okay.
You get money, bro. You get to move your mama out of Compton or wherever, or move your mama out of that 1-bedroom. She ain't gotta work. You bought her, you gave her happiness, but she worked for that. But you worked for it.
Her happiness gives you happiness.
Her happiness gives you happiness. Chance can go put on these open mic events and these back to school events for kids. He's giving happiness with his money. Kids that don't have this, that don't have these opportunities. He's able to give back, and he is creating so much more happiness than just a personal thing. I'm thinking of it not just. I'm not saying like a personal happiness. I'm thinking about it can give so much more. You can make hundreds, thousands to millions.
But see,
you know what I'm saying?
It just depends on it depends on certain people's situations. Because if somebody
now, if you already have everything, then
if you're like that and then and you stay within yourself and you're not trying to create a platform like that is all about happiness and stuff.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you only look within yourself, and then you just see other people as they just want this from you, that from you, that from you.
What you think?
It just depends on who the person is. I think.
Yeah.
Because some people deal with certain situations.
What you think about money can't buy you happiness? You think that's a cap? You
Jacoby.
think there's some truth in that? There is some truth in it, but it ain't all the way true.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit true because of if it's like more like your relationship with like your partner or anything, money can't buy you happiness.
Well, yeah.
You can't buy.
It's all about
you can't buy
situations.
a female. You can't buy love.
No, you can't. So love can bring happiness too. But I'm saying, and I'm thinking of it like as out of a personal gain. Like there's so much more you can give, but you can give back. You give back, you can give happiness. You know what I'm saying? People will receive.
Yeah, you definitely be happy to like see the smile on people's faces when they get like food and water.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they never had any.
For sure.
But also, like, what are you gonna do if you don't have your partner?
Yeah.
You're just gonna be alone all your life.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little bit depressing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very.
Yeah, very, very, very depressing.
Loneliness is a bug.
Yeah, loneliness is something else. Loneliness is something else. But yeah, man.
Is there anything else you want to add up? Because I think we hit on a lot of stuff pretty well.
Yeah, this is pretty good for the
First
podcast. Pretty strong, you think?
Yeah.
Pretty
Well,
strong. We're about to be at an hour. Just about.
yeah. That's what good. Well, it's been doing my podcast. I appreciate anybody that does watch it, comments on it, says anything about it. Looks at my website that I'm linked down below. Looks at my man Lake G that's linked down below.
Yeah.
Waiting on my man Jacoby's comic that's coming
Jacoby,
out down below. Just appreciate anybody that's even giving us energy. Period.
Mr. Trail out on all platforms. Check it out.
Yeah, because Mr. Trail on all platforms definitely.
Vibe Pop Volume 1 coming out soon.
Definitely. That Black Magic go hard. I appreciate all y'all, and I just want to say thank you, man. Peace.
Alright. You know what I think you should do? I think you should like look through it and find and put timestamps
Right.
in the description. And like we're talking about self-care here. here to here, and we're talking about this here to here. I think that's what you should do. So say real quick. Say this real quick. Put this at the beginning of the video and say, hey, we covered a lot of stuff here on the This American podcast. I got time steps at the bottom if you want to hop to what you want to hear about, or if you want to just check in and ride. We're gonna get it started. So say that. What do you want me to say?
I know.
All right.
So, hey, what's up, guys? It's Doing My Podcast. Actually, I got timestamps down below because we got a lot of different topics we talked about. It's a very long podcast, very good podcast for the first one.
God.
If you care about artists or energy, or if you care about just connecting with people, definitely check this joint out.
Yeah.
I got timestamps down below for certain topics. Go look at those, and you can go see those. It's been real. About to start.
Man, good stuff, bro.
That was
That was
a
nice.
good first
I like
one,
that.
bruh.